Now look at this.
What's up, about Penguins? Topic 7.9 on phylogeny. So there's two different types of evolutionary trees: phylogenetic trees and cladograms. So here is a phylogenetic tree. Oftentimes information is conveyed based on the length of the branch or the length of the line. And so you can see that the black bear diverged a long time ago, versus if you were to ask about where the common ancestor is of all the brown bears, it's going to be over here about 3.25 hundreds of thousands of years ago. Anytime where you see a branch point or a point that then comes out into two, that is going to be where the common ancestor is. So this is a cladogram. So cladograms are going to also show us evolutionary relationships. Traditionally, we're not seeing it based on the length of them. We just see where the interactions are. Oftentimes, you also find characteristics on them. And so you'll put those characteristics on the branch. I tell my students it's like driving down a road. So if you drive past a characteristic, you're going to pick up or drop off that characteristic. And so if we were to say that the polar bear, black bear, and brown bear all share some characteristic, you would draw it right here on the line. So it would be after the panda bear has diverged. So sometimes College Board is going to ask you, what is the outgroup? So the outgroup is going to be the first organism that diverged off. How do I know that it's the outgroup? It has the least similarity with the rest of the organism. It has the most amino acid differences, most DNA differences, whatever it has to be that is the most different from all the other ones. It is the least similar. So the question that comes up a lot is, which one's better, morphological data or molecular data? Well, molecular data is always going to be better, looking at DNA or looking at protein, because it shows that common ancestry, versus morphological data is going to potentially show a convergent evolution. It's going to have a similar structure due to a similar environment, even though they have no common ancestry. So this is how you might see on the exam. So this is showing us the percent divergence of DNA sequences. The least divergent that the individuals are, the more closely related they are to each other. So if you were to fill in this cladogram, you would have a chimpanzee, and then you would have the human. Those can be rotated because you have a branch point. You would then have the gorilla, then the orangutan, and as already labeled, the gibbon. So there's a box on the cladogram, and it's saying for C on the cladogram, draw a quick circle around the species that would be descendant from that species. So as I said before, it's like driving down a road, okay? Where that branch point is, everything after that is related to that common ancestor. So those top three organisms would all be descended from that species. So that would have been the chimpanzee, the gorilla, and the human. So I already showed you the cladogram when I was giving you the example, but I want to explain why. So if you were given this amino acid chart, you would go with the ones that are most closely related. So one difference would be the black bear and the brown bear. Then you would say that the polar bear is next closely related because the 7 and the 8 that you would see here. And then we would know that the outgroup would be the panda bear because it has the most amino acid differences from the other organisms. So I'm running short on time, so go ahead and pause the video and see if you can answer this question. So this is one of 4 different answers you could have put here. You had to put the 2 E's together because there was one amino acid, and the A and the G had to be together because there was 3 differences, but you could rotate on any of those branch points. And remember, AP Penguins are just bye y'all.